My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Vault of the Void. Let's continue in impossible mode on the Enlightened. We did mindfulness recently, so let's go back to martial. Time for some future striking. Don't really know how much I care about these. Recharge is pretty good. Recur one card. Upgrades to remove its X-Spell. That makes it pretty easy to get into Zen using, 3 skills on the same turn, because one of them can pre from your discard pile. Getting momentum, 5 future strike twice. Opening gives you 50% raids. There's also vulnerability on the wound and no Kondo. Probably not going to play out no Kondo yet here. Combination strike is real handy. Any draw on this character is really, really good, because your cards give you the ability to get into Zen and then makes a bunch of your cards cheaper. You can really combo out that way. First 2 cards played will trigger +1 times, as well as when the Void gains Fury, gain 100% rage the following turn. The Void will spawn with one less Frenzy, rather, and also extra energy and overcharge. Ooh. For only 1 upgrade point per shrine, I mean, at least it's on the greed. So 1, 2, 3, almost certainly, 4, 5. And then I could carve around the top and get back down to that shrine, but really I'm probably going to ignore that merchant, which means I'm carving around. Actually, I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then cut down. Right? So we get to this after that, and then it makes it, a lot of these have been making it easier for me to take the Tea Leaves artifact. Right, because then I go there. Up, up, across, down, down. And then that's the only space I can go. That's already cut off, so I have to go directly to the shrine and then up and across if I wanted to, or to the elite. How upgrade hungry is this character? Upgrade twice to thrice. That matters a little bit. He's gaining momentums already in the deck. This character's not really that upgrade hungry, but every upgrade I put into a repeating deflection, I'm not going to regret. Fine. State of Mind when entering Zen, inflict 4 Shi to all enemies. There's also a trance. I actually don't really want those, but I am going just for the value of the 2 upgrade points as well as his treasure. Calm, Clairvoyance, and Chaotic Blow. Don't really care about those. So we get a Deliberate up here. So fine putting in the deck. Unload. It has a gem already in it. Not awful. Okay, and then Combination Strike, it's a shame to miss out on that, but we get so much more value by going up and across. All Future Strike will be converted additionally to Shi. That is a pretty good hit for us. And then it feels like I basically choose between 6 Future Strike twice to all enemies, or the Furious Assault here for a Relic. Honestly, I'm probably going for the Relic. So that looks like our path. These Lashing Kicks do not dupe in any way, so I'm going to hold on to the Yellow Void Stone until I have the ability to exploit it multiple times. Wow. Did I only lose the 20% max HP and I didn't lose all of the cards in my backpack? I thought I also lost all the cards in my backpack, which was part of my hesitancy there. All right, I'm going to throw a Combination Strike, a Wound in, cut out a Lashing and a Repeating Deflection. We cut out a Repeating Deflection there because we want to go pretty aggressive in the first couple of fights. The more aggressive we are, the easier we're going to have of a time wrapping out these fights really early. Okay, this is a good turn already for us. But our damage is not dealt until turn 2 anyway, so there's no reason to really bother. There's to say no really good reason to bother attacking specifically the Throat Cutter for the next turn. Gain 2 AP, increases gain Fortitude 3, so the Dark Acolyte at the moment needs 1 more damage dealt to it because of the Fortitude 3. I'm going to use the leverage so I don't have to do that. Should have used that earlier. I'm also going to purge the Clarity for an extra energy next turn, so it's easier for me to get into Zen. We're only getting 2 energy next turn. I want 3 energy in order to get into Zen with the deck as it currently stands. Great. 1, 2, that target's dead. 3, and then just play 2 of those. I'm gonna get the full block for the next turn because we've already got, yep, 2 targets on the board dead. Hit him with a wound. All right, there's our first upgrade point. Extra turn of vulnerability on wound is pretty damn good. Combination strike. The thing is, like, combination strike's upgrade isn't huge, but also I will keep it basically forever. So doesn't that make it impactful enough? Purge, deal 2 Shi to all enemies. Small amounts of Shi to all enemies don't really matter, is the thing. Yeah, they don't really modify the rest of the things that I do in a way that I understand or appreciate at the moment. Each time your deck is reshuffled, Echo Wall 2. I do like the idea of like a no condo heavy deck. How slow are we really at the moment? Not at all. I'm putting no condo in the deck. We're not slow at all, but we could get slower. Oh. Well, what have we here? Santa Claus home. We're really scared. Clairvoyance? Vision 2, delay block 5. We also get 2 upgrade points. That's the big, like, oh, wow, at this point. I could get 2 clarities, have both of those in the opening hand. Foresight my deck on the first turn. Just set up with 2 clarities, no condo. I do like having a setup turn on the first turn, because then you can get into the future strikes on the second turn, and they're dealt on the second turn anyway. This gives us the ability to put some pretty expensive, like heinously expensive cards in the deck. I'm taking the clarity. And I'm going to upgrade both clarities. Then pop the second one into the deck. Another repeating deflection. Actually, I really should cut a lashing strike at this point. Put a repeating deflection back in the deck. Okay. Puppyhound, Cinderhound, and the Hellmongrel. Two, and 1. Yeah, I was really hoping I was going to draw another skill in the opening hand. Guess I'm going to no Kanzo, Clarity, a Combination Strike, Clarity, a State of Mind, Hard Purge 2. Incoming. Not a huge fan of the 13 incoming, but it's okay. 1, then that's a follow-up. Okay, midliner is now dead. So is the Forsaken Poppy. Okay. This one's fine, right? 1, 2, got him. It feels like with no condo and the 2 rigs, like I'm actually going for a very, like a much slower archetype of deck. So I'm getting an upgrade on the repeating deflection here early. Calm, Foresight X, where X equals the number of enemies in fatigue. Upgrades to Foresight X for a minimum of 2. We can have a lot of Foresight in our opening hand with that. Not necessarily wrong either. Voidling gets stronger for every 4 cards I play in a turn. So ideally, I will be playing 3 cards in a turn. 1, 2, 3. Purge, purge. I don't need to get into Zen that turn. How do I benefit from it? Hang on. Echo Wall 2. It says a 1 below it, and then it says each time your discard is reshuffled, Echo Wall X. I hope it gives me 2. 1, 3. I mean, I slow the enemy by hitting them with this, decreasing their incoming damage, or my incoming damage as well. I'll play for some block next turn as well. I am probably going to go ham on this one also. Uh-oh. We now have a problem. 44 incoming damage. Seems like a problem to me. Future Strike goes off before the enemy attacks, so I need to just Future Strike them a bunch this turn. Well, next turn, I guess, because I can't do it this turn. Do that on Combination Strike. Deflection, Purge, Deflection. Oh my god, we actually did get the Combination Strike there, wild. There's that one too, and then just play out a wounds. Or rather, get the wound back. Nice. Deliberate. Fine. We can check Deliberate as well. Block 9 as well as the deal. 9 sheath twice. So the amount... So, hang on. Fatigue. A future strike will be inflicted rather an additional time equal to the target's fatigue. She is just increased by 1 per point of fatigue as well. So Deliberate's not great here, but it's fine. I've come not to like our opening turns here. I'm not even going to foresight anything in the deck. I just want the energy to have more versatile plays. Speaking of more versatile plays. There you go, you all got some Zen. Or some Shi, rather, sorry. From my Zen. Maybe that's what this deck does. Alright. Kind of hoping to kill 2 in the same turn here. Okay. Purge the repeating deflection, then use lashing, lashing, lashing over here. Nice. Purge this clarity for a combination strike on that side. Also, use a final clarity just to hit the wound. End that turn, and then ideally, we draw wound and kill in this upcoming. 5 incoming damage. Oh, the repeating deflection already protects us against that. I'm just going to go gaining momentum, and then block for the requisite amount. In fact, it also blocked me for this turn. Love it when it works out like that. Yeah, that could have been a really bad fight. Totally fine instead. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough souls to really care about going to the Soul Collector yet. So this is we can unload. Is there anything in the deck that I really want to manage at this point? I mean, I could put Blessed Recovery in the opening hand, guarantee that I get Zen on the first turn. Could put Calm in the opening hand. I don't think we really need to change anything yet. so this one gonna be clarity, clarity, repeating deflection. No condo easily. 1, 2, and then the repeating deflection, opening up the ability to play lash kick. Yeah, I'll still do it. In fact, I'm gonna give everyone a little bit of future strike here. So second round, they'll all suffer fatigue at the end. The reason that I did that. Purge the wound, and then I can try and get a target down as quick as I can. Come on, Zen Mind gift thing. You know, the Zen Mind gift thing. I'm trying not to have any of them die until I can kill 2. It seems like this is the right turn for that to happen. So this would be State of Mind, purge the combination strike, sadly. Use clarity on wound, and then repeating deflection for the 4 damage across the board, and then that happens, then both of those explode. Huh? How'd the final one die? What? 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 Hang on. What? What? I didn't have enough Shi built up for the final one to just die out of the Shi that they gained, did I? I didn't think so. Desync and remove that. Spirit Walk really is a hell of a finisher. Cohesion, though, has a lot of value and just giving us some extra energy, and we desperately need that. Do we? No, we intend to make things cost 0. Taking Spirit Walk. State of Mind dealing 2 Shi to all enemies on the upgrade. I don't really love. I'm going to get the combination strike upgrade because I know it's going to be around for a while. That wound's actually looking better as time goes on also. But I think I'm a bit lacking in immediate defense. Do I have any other ways to supplement that right now? I'm taking a Lashing Kick out for a Spirit Walk. Gaining momentum out for a Deliberate. Okay, I'll pass the rest. Gloomshroom and the Blightwood. Keep hitting those high cost cards. Sure, Deliberate. Then a repeating deflection into no condo and a kick. Do I really want to kick right now? No, I want the energy more than I want to kick. This is not ideal. There's a Lashing Kick and then a draw. It's fine. We got into Zen. So I got the AoE damage I really wanted out of that turn. Unfortunately, I also will take 30. Yeah, I don't have large blocks, so 30 is just what we end up taking here, probably. Wow. My health. I need more of it. Please. My health, it hurts. God, my energy production is garbage as well. There we go. Thankfully, that kills the other target before I even end up taking my own damage on the response. Ghostly Piranha. I shouldn't have come to this space. Ghostly Piranha's gonna kill me. Yeah. I can't help but debuff enemies. Oh, yikes. Ooh, that's certainly damage right there. Unfortunately, I only really block damage the turn prior rather than the turn after, so this is probably just us dead, to be real. Got one of them down. Yeah, it's a bunch of frenzy. Let's add some preemptive block this time. Yeah, this deck is not long for this world. I was too focused on the things that I eventually wanted to be able to do, to the exclusion of the things that I needed to do right now to live. Rip. There's almost certainly also more that I could have done in that last fight, but in the last two fights, I realized exactly how lacking the deck was by that point. Like, I'd taken a bunch of upgrades, and I got a bunch of other stuff as well. It just didn't necessarily have anything that would work with what I needed. Opener, Echo Wall, 5 times on the upgrade, 5 times on the again. I like that. That's the Cohesion, a Shield Bash. Love a Shield Bash in the base deck here. Fatigued, gain 1 energy and rebound. Oftentimes that is going to be the case. And Chaotic Blur as well. Huh. Okay. That's not half bad. I'm just going to take another Chaotic Blur? No, I've got so many things competing to be openers in this deck. I'll take a health potion so I can take some more early risks. It's got the Star Council, the Death Knight. Well, it starts with 20% damage taken. 100% rage after Fury. Purge a card for 3 block. First 2 cards will trigger +1 times. Okay, cool. I think I'm just going to take the upgrade point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, that is so close. The Disheveled Salesman right there. That's really sad. I probably won't be able to make use of that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, okay, so 18 path does give us a Soul Collector at the very end. That's quite interesting. Pinpoint just gets 3 more She, which actually isn't huge. Chaotic Blur gets 4 more block. Shield Bash gets 5 more. I'll take the Chaotic Blur upgrade. And also cut a couple cards from this deck. Got a Shield Bash in there as well. Got a Gaining Momentum for an Opposing Force also. Nice. Gonna need some more energy generation to really make this sing, but let's get 1 more attack card in there. Wave of Focus. Oh, there's a Crippling Blow to the north as well. We already have energy problems. Don't think that's going to be the solution for us. Wave of Focus can go in a non-She deck easily. Chaotic Blood, Taste of Blood out here. There's Clear Image. Deceleration applies slow 1. If the target was already slow, apply 2 weak as well. Love that. Although we're not going to be going on that side because we're going through the north here. Siphon, Rage 50%. Interesting. I mean, it's on my path anyway, so we'll be able to play with it. I just don't know how we're going to utilize it well. Unbalanced Strike, Opener, 2 vulnerable from the Unbalanced Strike right there. There's another Shield Bash on this path. Also, Combination Strike at the very end. Okay, we've got like a decent line in terms of the value we pick up. Now it's just down to living through it. My spell next turn, I believe, will kill that throat cutter, as well as the dark acolyte in the center. Oh, yup. And then if I purge those, I get to kill all of them. Okay, first upgrade's perfect victory. I mean, making opposing force not have to be an opener anymore when I already have 2 other openers in the deck does seem pretty good. We also get to see a cursed item here. Each time you travel to an empty tile, heal 15% max HP. Do I have any empty tiles already on my path? I didn't mark out my path here, did I? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. We have no empties on this, so I think I'm happy not taking this. It's going to destroy the item. Get the 3 souls out of it. There's another opposing force there, but there's a deceleration, something I already outlined that is on my path that I want access to. There's enough there. 1, 2. Okay, I can't go for enough because if I go for enough, then I have to go down here. I want to be able to go up so I can go across that elite. So I have to go for the careful advance. I really should have just marked the map. I'll mark the map as soon as we get into this combat. Probably want the extra energy next turn if I had to guess. Sure, I'll take 5 block for the next turn as well, because then that means 3 block is already covered. There we go, that's the 3 block, that's us covered. 1, 2, 3. Hit the block. Okay, incoming this turn is just 8. Be a lot worse. Okay, as long as I can Future Strike Gloomshroom on the left enough to die this turn, we're totally good. And that doesn't seem possible, but I don't want to use the spell if I can avoid it. Didn't seem possible, but we had other ways to supplement. We have any direct damage in this deck at this point? I don't think so. 2, 3. That's fine. We're already set up for the kill next turn. Here's my faith. I already knew. Alright. Hit this treasure for another no Kando. We already turned that down. Timeless is great, though. Timeless is great. In fact, I'll take it and then upgrade it. It is like a key card. It's also the kind of card that I want to put a siphon stone on. A sift stone on. It's not sift. Sift is a different mechanic in this game. Like drawing a card and discarding a card often has a name in different games. So I should probably come up with a name for it here because there's a lot of times we utilize that effect. So let's go with Scrum. We'll scrum a card there. Because if we use Timeless to scrum, then we have the ability afterwards to throw out, hopefully, more damage with it. We'll wait until the D-cell is upgraded before we throw that in. Other than that, let's continue on our path. Yeah, I have definitely not enough money for that disheveled salesman. Chaotic Blur against the Dragon Quelpling. This is a single target fight, which means she would trigger 2 times on the Wave of Focus. If I had like a yellow Void Stone, I may use it here, but I didn't, so I won't. Interesting. gonna do like no shear as a result of all of this at this rate. Well, then I just have to throw these out. Ugh. Timeless. I got debated by Timeless. And you'll get some shear as a result of that, and then because you're vulnerable, get some more shear. It was 50 damage on turn 1, so it wasn't bad. It's just not good. This turn, I could go gaining momentum. Lash. Actually, the enemy is attacking, so I do want lash kicks out there. Okay, fine. Did that wrong. One of them needed to be played in sand if I was actually going to slow the enemy. There we go. We can actually do it this turn. Ooh, make him vulnerable. 10 block for the next turn. Incoming of 14, right? Of course, the burning. I really just want to inflict as much damage as possible here. I need to close out this fight real soon. Otherwise, I lost a while ago. Okay. $31 incoming for the next turn as well. Don't love this. It's fine. We had the kill. I didn't want to continue the turn. Got a taste of blood up in this corner. There's the infected. I'm actually going to throw the health potion in. I'm already worried. Okay. I'm gonna clarity the timeless. Use a chaotic blur in the center line. Throw out both of these defense, and then I can purge and use. Yeah, purge and use the opposing force here. I get all but 2 block for the next turn. Which is important because we really don't, oh gosh, have that much defense in here. I'm not keeping shield bash. Hang on, 31 and you've got 4, so you already die if I start kicking you. Perfect. So the left dies, and then it's she spreads across to the right, which dies, and then it's she spreads across again, and then we should just have an easy time rounding out this combat. So did I take 1 damage this entire fight? Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. What? Okay, I was certain the enemy was already dead there. That's why I didn't do anything. There you go, 95 damage this turn. Now don't die. Exactly, that's what I thought. Taste of Blood makes less sense when I'm not like I may draw it without, or sorry, I'm using delayed block a lot of the time, so a lot of the time it will be invalidated just purely as a result of that. I really increasingly feel like I just need to upgrade defense in this deck. We did that last time to failure. Into Zen with Foresight 1. Interesting. Deal 4 She twice. I need to make my deck lower cost. Unfortunately, that card's desynced. I have to wait 1, 2, 3, 4 whole areas before I get the ability to upgrade it. Yikes. Ugh. I'm not going to be taking anything from that merchant. Hello, Bruce. Your immunes are vulnerable. Shield Bash is still a giant block card by itself, so I'll leave that in here. I'm going to pop a Defend on the Wave of Focus. Pop the Wave of Focus into the deck. Cut a Lashing Kick. Because it triggers multiple times, it'll have the ability to defend us multiple times. And this is a single target battle, so I know it's already going to be triggering multiple times here. When applying Future Strike or She to a slowed enemy, increase the amount applied each time by 2. Yes. Now it is my goal to slow enemies. Pop that Timeless there. Purge and then kick 2 times, or purge twice. Gonna purge twice. I need a big defend next turn. Wave of Focus is already gonna be 8 for us. There we go. So gaining momentum. Wave of Focus, and then Lashing Kick, getting some slow on the enemy. Well, sorry, starting to get some slow on the enemy with the next one. Then we get the repeating deflection out there also. First point of fatigue. Keep him slow with the Chaotic Blur opener. The enemy has fatigue and slow, right? So we've triggered the Steel Knuckles. When applying Future Strike or She to a slowed enemy, increase the amount applied by each time by 2. And then this is 5 Future Strike now, 5 times because of the upgrade. Quite pleased with that. Do I leave Cohesion in hand? Next turn, I'm also probably just playing those 2 repeating deflections anyway. Fine. Keep the enemy slowed if we go repeating deflection. Clarity on Timeless. It's the only way I really get to play the Timelesses here. Then double kick for a pretty tremendous amount, actually. Keeping the enemy slow and utilizing these Steel Knuckles is actually quite effective for us here. Timeless, come on, Timeless and an aggressive turn. Did we just get exactly what I asked for? One, 2, 3, and then a pretty aggressive turn. Yeah, that'll be enough She and Future Strike to get that kill. Dragon Whelpling, same deck. Same strengths and weaknesses. Well, or at least same strengths and weaknesses that we can account for, right? 1, 2, 3, and then slow. If nothing else, I'm happy to have the slow on there just for the Burning Knuckles. Enemy doesn't even have to attack for me to care about slow now. Chaotic Blur. Chaotic Blur only became better. Oh my god, that opposing force can't not be cast here. So on target it said it was going to be doing 15, but the Steel Knuckles enhanced it, so it did 25 total. I'm going to make the enemy vulnerable and... yeah, sure. I specifically waited until turn 2 to trigger their vulnerability because your spell here gives you Inflict Vulnerable 1 and Future Strike to all non-fatigued enemies. And then it's 1 weak and 6 Shi to all fatigued enemies, right? So the enemy was going to get fatigued that turn, but also if I cast it on the first turn, the enemy would have vulnerability on the first turn, and then on the second turn, when they actually take damage, the Future Strike, they would no longer have that vulnerability. So you have to play it in that order. Vulnerability, deflection, cohesion, and then throw some Shi in for good measure. Really need 3 damage defended this turn too. I think I have to hard purge this hand. I need energy, and then I need to go very... no! Oh god, going very aggressive this turn isn't going to save us. Okay, hang on. 28 incoming damage. Good lord, I am so glad that we got this draw. Look at this. Defend, 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 defend. Actually only ends up taking 3. Absolute god draw right there. Pretty much everything that we needed. So, it's fine. Yeah, I can't turn down another relic. Corpse Beast gets stronger every turn. They skip their first turn. They don't get stronger on that turn at least. We've also got this Black Void Stone here that really wants to be part of something. Literally like anything at this point. It just wants to be on a card. I'm looking at this cohesion. I think I throw it in. Chaotic Blur is often used as an opener for a decent turn as well. Sure, Chaotic Blur, you can have the Siphon Stone too. Put the Potion of Stealth in before going to the battle. Corpse Beasts. Hallowed Lotus. What is this? Each time a creature takes a hit from Future Strike, apply Shi 1. The Shi is not modified by fatigue. Takes a hit from Future Strike, apply Shi 1. So is that like on the second turn when the enemy takes 50 damage to Shi, apply Shi 1? I imagine it's not that because that seems like it would be super... not like super not powerful, but like... not at all powerful in any way. Drop the clarity, I think. Deflection, deflection. Ooh, love this. Double cohesion. Oh no, wait. Of course the second cohesion isn't gonna work. Oops. Timeless to begin with here. Okay, so that 49 is from Timeless. Okay, never mind. Every single inflict of the kick is giving an extra Shi. This is so good. I am reinvested. Takes us 3 to get in. So never mind, we need... Wave of Focus. Hard Purge. Defend. One more turn. Just any Future Strike cards should really bail us out here. Yep, those are Future Strike cards. Oh, this is gonna be good. So we want to do like many small future strikes. That's really where we want to go, because then we increase those with the steel knuckles, as long as we keep the target slow, and we also increase the damage we deal with Hallowed Lotus after they actually take effect. Infecti. That does not seem like it's going to be a problem for us. Timeless really doesn't want to be in opening hand. Why is it always here? Alright. We got the ability to use spell next turn. Hey, and we've got the ability to defend. I could kick 3 times before we start if I really wanted to take out an Infecti. I don't think that matters though. Well, now I can do it. Let's go for repeating deflection and then throw clarity out on, I guess, the shield bash. Double kick over there on the left-hand side. Oh, right, yeah, of course they took extra damage to that, but never mind, 2 of them blew up as a result of it as well. Forgot about the power of the Jade Lotus there. Really shouldn't be forgetting about the power of that, because it is powerful. Extremely powerful. There we go. Take my extra upgrade point here. God, that wave of focus. You know what? Yeah, the wave of focus just wants an upgrade. Solo targets go down so much easier now. Hey, speaking of solo targets go down so much easier now, what's up, Voidling? Going to Timeless on the first turn here against the Voidling. The reason being, because then I just play 2 cards and get a lot of value out of them. Search 1 more card. Yeah, 12 to 12. Use our spell this turn, certainly. I may want to hold on to the Wave of Focus. In fact, I definitely want to hold on to the Wave of Focus here. Although I could actually make the enemy slow if I didn't hold on to it, rather. What's my draw? Chaotic Blur and Shield Bash are both in the draw. They'd be blocking for 5 this turn. Feels like I do want to leave the Wave of Focus still. Nice hit. I mean, I want to start with the Chaotic Blur. Oh, we did get another skill go there. Great. Okay. Now I can repeating deflection, pop out of clarity for the shield bash. That's a good hit too. Happy to play 5 cards that turn when they are so well utilized. Oh, that's just rude. Why'd you decide not to attack that turn? Okay, do I have any... Oh, wow. I do. I was about to say, do I have any chance of ending the fight right now? Yep. Single card away from it, apparently. I mean, upgrading these to triggering thrice is actually kind of significant at this point. That clarity doesn't feel bad either. Literally, it's just like I want my timeless to be 0 cost. Clarity actually also feels like at the moment a reasonable cut from the deck as long as I actually get some more support for energy. Supernova is 24 damage AoE. That's just a lot of damage AoE. Should we just not ignore that? I mean, we can use it after our spell as well for not 24, but 36 damage AoE. That's impactful, but unless it ends the fight, it's really hard to play that card because I have to do it on a turn that I'm defended already. Am I being too precious about that? Maybe. Maybe. I think I upgraded D-Cell and put that in the deck now. In fact, I'm gonna cut a Lash and Kick for it. I think we we wanna tend a little bit more defensive now. As long as we can get through this fight, we can probably fix ourselves at the Merchant. Okay. How do we want to use this turn? It's Purge Chaotic Blur, use Gaining Momentum and the opposing force as well as the Lashing Kick to start it up. Use Clarity to hit Timeless, and then Purge. We'll use the spell next turn. This is great, actually. Let's go for the spell. One Lashing Kick to the midline, and then these two over to you. I'm pretty sure both of those are going to die to Zen now. The only incoming damage will be the 14 from Cinderhound over there on the left. That's still going to be significant. Okay. I mean, it was 10 because of the weakness as well, but we're fine. We're fine. Action Kick, Wave of Focus. Nice. Just wanted to make sure that I had the ability to defend afterwards. Ooh, sure. I'm gonna Timeless my way to a good turn here. Instantly kill the enemy. What a good turn. Let's go to the Spell Child. Energy tap. Weapon switch. Sift 1, draw 1, discard 1 as well. Sift 1, draw 1, discard 1. So that's about setting up your Zens. 100%. Energy tap though. Is that the card that makes me take... No, because it's the fact that we currently have the spell that we do. The keywords, the spell. It's the fact that we currently have the spell that we do that is the reason that we would want to possibly put the Supernova in the deck. We could just have Energy Tap and wait for the turn that we have the Timeless and then go off. We are short on energy. We're going to get more cards in the deck. It's on the map. Fine. I'm taking Energy Tap. I don't know if I'm going to run it yet. Square Peg. If you gain an amount of block equal exactly to the remaining threat, delayed block 8. Love that. Hands Mirror over here. Whenever you play a block card, gain delayed block 4. And Future Strike also triggers on turn 3 is the red Hourglass. I really wish I had 3 more souls right now so that I could go red Hourglass and the random artifact. Future Strike also triggers on turn 3. If I could take the Hand Mirror and the Square Peg, I'd probably do that as well, but I think now I just take the red Hourglass. Our fights become a lot faster as a result of that. Okay. We have so many openers, I really don't want to put a unbalanced strike in here. Also, I want multiple small attacks, not single large attacks. Alright, I think I need to change my spell. My energy is just... It's a problem. It's a problem with a capital P. Uh-huh. Don't love this. Let's start out then. Plus a combination strike for the draw. There's Timeless. Not exactly what I was looking to get this turn. Lashing Kick and then defend. least we get the full 10 block pre-active for the next turn. As much as I want to start out with a Chaotic Blur here, I really want damage. Set up vulnerable and draw discard as well. Okay, I'm gonna do it. It also inflicts on turn 3, so we want to get aggressive here as well. I'm trading away my health as a resource to try and win this fight. Just definitely playing that way. It kind of does feel like the only thing I can do right now. Incoming damage. Ouch. Don't draw Timeless. Thank you. I'm gonna... Chaotic Blur, dropping a Bane. Pop out a Clarity on Timeless. Use Repeating Deflection here, and then... just kick. Do not have long left on this battlefield, but I need one good turn. This is not that turn. Why? Start with gaining momentum and just... yeah, I have to try and go for lethal this turn, I think. Gaining momentum. Use the... opposing force, as well as combination strike, the extra draw. There's the Timeless. Okay, I'm going to use Cohesion before Timeless. Okay. And kill. Whew! Not my best fight, but probably far from my worst as well. Which is not saying I did the fight well, it's more saying I've done many other ones real bad. Okay. It feels like it should be combination strike defense of some kind. Is it not just double defense? Did we not learn our lesson? What we're lacking in is defense while we build up our offense. We've known that the entire time. All of our relic set says defend, you nerd, defend. Fine. I'm gonna listen. Enough. I do like a giant block there. However, there's a timely maneuver, which is also a follow-up block, and then the ability to go up further. Reload is great here. Draw 2, discard 2, overcharge 1. It's also a 0 cost that is not desynced, so it does count as a skill blade. It's also hand curation. Well, I'm pretty happy to say that reload has to be on the path. However, I'll happily concede that I could totally just go down and across for it. That'd be that. Right. This is unfortunate. I can't take that Soul Collector as well as the Elite. Is there any way that I can... No, there's not. Those are two mutually exclusive spaces. That is my last opportunity to sell, to use my soul for any benefit. But in order to take it, I have to give up on, like, 2 upgrades as well as an elite relic. We'll decide the rest of the path once we get there, I think. 2 sheet or random enemy 8 times. That's exactly the kind of thing we want with Steel Knuckles as well. Another copy of Timeless. Look, Look, I think I am going out in this yeah, enough is fine because I don't have to enter Zen every single turn. And if I play enough, I'm setting myself up very well for the next. Okay, spells do come off cooldown while I'm not using them. Let's pray. With the draw and discard, that's actually also important as well, but I'm thinking this leverage is what I'm gonna want in this fight. Gets a fatigue on all of our enemies really quickly. That's like the big benefit of it. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm going to drop the gaining momentum, use a cohesion, purge the opposing force, I guess, to use another cohesion. Rough. It's a lot of effort that I just invested in making sure that I can do 24 damage on turn 1. Ugh. Definitely happy to leverage. Okay. Drop a clarity. Get into Zen and hit the mid-liner again. Almost hard block for all of the incoming. This sounds super simple. Have focus. Move forwards, then another lashing kick. I think I actually even purge these. This really ought to be just end. And in fact it is. Goodbye. Okay, now that I have the enough, pop that into the deck. I think I got another lashing kick. I think I'm tending more and more defensive. I'm also going to throw the overcharge second trigger into it, so anytime I play it, I've got overcharge for the next 2 turns. And then, I mean, look, go to treasure. I don't need to change my spells right now. 2 upgrade points. Okay. Redo has to be one of those upgrades. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Enough also probably wants to be another one of the upgrades. Then redo, and I'm gonna cut a lashing strike from the deck for a redo. Deck's very defensive right now. I'm gonna cut a clarity for a pinpoint. Sure. I think pinpoint's actually pretty good. In this deck, even. Assassinate Priest. Okay, just in case I'm going to use an Exploding Bottle, because I could see how this fight could be exactly what we don't need. I also probably want to keep the enough in hand for the next turn. Oh, God. Don't love any of that turn. Well, there's our enough. Make sure that everyone spreads the joy of those hits there. Don't have any proactive block for this turn. Yikes. As much as I want that 5 block, it might be better to not generate it. It's turn 3, so we have one more turn, and we need this turn to be our kills. Acceleration, pinpoint. I mean, the target is fatigued, so pinpoint does return to hand. Okay. Deflection, deflection, decelerate. Then cohesion gets us an energy. I use pinpoint. I use pinpoint again. You are kidding me. Did I need to spread to a different target earlier, I think? Take our kills, though. Okay, definitely working reload into the deck. That merchant's going to be pretty handy. Taxidermist with an unholy creation. We saw that leverage was actually pretty good in this fight previously. Don't want Timeless in the opening hand. I really don't want Timeless in the opening hand game. My skill costs are too high. When I draw the wrong skills in the opening turn, I just can't play anything. That's a problem with the deck. That's a problem with how I built the deck, to be clear. Hang on. Card triggered cohesion. Cohesion doesn't say anything like... Yeah, it doesn't give us delayed block. I don't know how I reduced my incoming there then. Strange. Oh, easy. Let's also play a repeating deflection and then a redo, and then hopefully we get very aggressive out of this. I mean, that's vulnerability and those are damage, so sure. Vulnerability, drop the D-cell. Heck, I'm also going to play enough. Yeah, it also blocked us for next turn. Where am I getting the... Did I forget something I took? Apparently. Oh well. I mean, gaining a momentum and then pinpoint returns itself to hands. We can play Wave of Focus easily. I mean, midliner is now dead after that hit. Let's purge and use a combination strike for the extra draw, use a cohesion, then a pinpoint, and then one more cohesion at the very end. This should be the kills. Yep. It's a reload as asked is delivered. Cut in the lashing strike and go for another redo. Not redo, sorry, the reload, rather. I'm still praying for greed. Concentrate with the energy gain. I mean, it's an energy gain that I get whilst I play a card for this character, at least an ability. Pyre. Leverage will be available on turn 2 here. Good. We have no obvious pickups or discards here instead. Taste of Blood's a little interesting, but I think I'm fine without it. Timeless, stop it! Literally, like 25% of the time you're supposed to be in my opening hand, but you're in my opening hand 100% of the time, and I don't know why. Prefer you weren't. Oh. $35 damage on turn 1 as well as a slow. Not really impactful, I don't think. I want to redo before the shield bash. Interesting. Is there any way I'd timeless here and then win? Yep. Using decelerate there. A single wave of focus, and then target the main line until that happens. So we've taken 4 damage this combat, and then I know the enemies are taking extra damage this turn as well. So let's start out with a chaotic blur. Happily drop the repeating deflection, use reload, make the same drop that time. I'll defend, use cohesion to gain energy to play the pinpoint, use play the pinpoint again. Opposing force finally, and then cohesion again at the very end for the extra energy. Let's blows up, kills the right. Natural 20, vulnerable to all enemies, as well as replay, rewind targets, apply slow to. Expels itself out of deck. Meditation does matter though. Just enter Zen for 2. It's not just enter Zen for 2, but it's enter Zen for 2 and only 1 card. Okay, I'm going to continue with Veiled Watchers at the moment. Veiled, rather, sorry. Guess I intend to attack a bunch this turn. Thank you for getting past Timeless. Far preferred. Okay. I mean, we got She on some targets rather than any slow. Probably want to save enough for the next turn. Okay, maybe I play Chaotic Blur. No, Chaotic Blur can be a later card with the vulnerable. So it's repeating deflection. We throw a Chaotic Blur on a target. Happily discard the opposing force. Yeah. Right. No, because if I play 2 cohesions right now, I can actually play that exposing force right now. Opposing force rather. Right now, rather. Fine. Cohesion, cohesion. Removing all my best defense. Thankfully, I don't need my best defense for this one. Just any of them will do. The constant draw. All that redo. Ooh, that redo. Let's drop D-Cell and gaining momentum. Use redo to grab them. That's another reload. Spicy. Chaotic Blow would be vulnerability. Wave of Focus is only going to trigger once. I'm going to drop Chaotic Blow and repeating deflection here. 1, 2. Ouch. Did not want to Bane. 3, 4. Target the enemies that are vulnerable. The incoming damage is 28 right now. I don't love that. Enemies also take damage at the end of this turn. From Future Strike, that is. So ideally, I would Future Strike them, but... Wow, this doesn't feel like a Future Strike turn, does it? Okay, at least we got one of them killed. Enraged Mourning increases Frenzy by 1. That's for having killed one of them and not kill the rest of them, right? Okay, I'm going to decel, repeating deflection, cohesion, purge the shield bash, and then just double pinpoint. At the end of the next turn, that midliner ought be dead. I really wish I could affect... 12 apiece. 12 apiece is 24. 88. Wow, okay, we're gonna be fine. It's decel over here, lashing, drop that card. Why did I drop that card? I should just defended. Incoming damage is only 16, plus, right, plus the poison. Don't want to forget about that. Start out with a Chaotic Blur. Drop the opposing force and then reload. Okay. Let's get a faulty shield out there. So we can start combo striking and such. So don't want to have to use that ability again yet. If at all it is possible to avoid it. Yeah, I'm fine for enough. Okay, so the Unholy Kings, this is a well-rounded fight. I don't really need to worry about this one way or the other. Hopefully. Timeless, please. You are like a key for a lot of very important turns, but you also turn up in so many garbage turns. It's hard to keep track of it. I mean, look, the Dark Courtesan is about to become as powerful as the chosen champion by itself anyway. Might as well start burrowing up against it. Chaotic Blur got dropped, unfortunately for us. That enough looks pretty good. In fact, I could just like hard purge this hand, play enough. Hang on. Gaining momentum over there is another... Wait, 5. Yeah, cool. So it's another 10, another 51, 15, 60. So yeah, that Dark Courtesan dies at the before even attacking, as long as I use a single gaining momentum here. So then, therefore, let's do that. Should save us a reasonable amount of the incoming damage. I will trust that it saved us some of the incoming damage. Doesn't look like it, but I don't trust it. I mean, I can't slow you, really. 2, get into cohesion and then try and draw enough to use the rest of my energy. Nice. So we get cohesion for the extra energy back. I only play 2 more cards for free. Okay, okay. As long as we manage to get the left-handed down. We block the 8 for this turn, and then it's just the reloads. Okay, we are totally fine. Drop what? Those 2, I guess. Repeating into an opposing force on the midliner. Then I guess I could double play cohesion here, but there's no benefit to or not doing it. Damn, that's a lot of damage. It's just pinpoint, lashing. Ooh, good old combination strike here. Perfect. It's exactly what we needed. Throw another lashing and then double purge so I can actually get the enough. I just wanted the enough. Okay, we timeless through that. Then we cohesion. Burner gaining momentum, cohesion. And just insta-kill. Yeah, that'll do it. There's another upgrade point for us. A little bit slower, but look. Reload gives more choices. Naturally. Momentum Mori. Deal damage equal to half of the target's future strike. Slay transfers their future strike. I don't stack future strikes super high anymore because the future strike triggers on turn 3 as well. Siphon. Deal 4, 6G and overcharge. Siphon effects will trigger a number of times. Okay, so that's not going to trigger the gem multiple times. I don't actually want any of these. Even a momentum Mori with the cost decrease. Half of the target's future strike. See, the thing is, by the time momentum Mori would matter, the Hallowed Lotus has already made she far more impactful. Right? I think that's it. That said, I don't know if we can go north either. Book of Arcane Secrets is an extra energy every single turn. That's huge. When applying slow to an enemy with fatigue, who doesn't already have slow 1. Phantom Bolus, when it creatures she passes over half their current HP, applies slow 1 and weak 1 as well. Arcane Secrets, Hooked Bow. Both giant pickups for us right there. Zen to gain an energy out of Spirit Essence is also pretty appealing. I'm looking for and subsequently finding a lot of energy gain right now. Pymites in the Pyre. Has our deck changed at all recently? Not much, but I do have a red gem, which I should pop in something. I can go in reload. Well, actually, reload really wants a Black Void Stone, which I probably won't get, right? In fact, I can think of no resource. Well, actually, no, the Guardian could give me Void Stones, and those Void Stones could upgrade it. I mean, Redo probably actually gets the double recur. Sure, reload. You can have plus 25% to my rage. This is a very expensive opening turn, but it's still not bad for us, this one. Could easily have been, though. None of the enemies are going to be fatigued, so Pinpoint isn't going to come back in hand. It's not going to refund us anything either. Wow. It might just be play enough, purge the hand. I'm going to hold on to Chaotic Blur, actually, here. Because then we play it at the start of this turn for value. I really want to purge a bunch of cards here as well. That Wave of Focus does seem important. Deflection for next turn, and next turn as well. Get the deflection out there too. Need to decrease the incoming damage. I should have purged more. Yeah, I definitely should have purged more. We've got a lot of energy and we've got a Timeless in hand though, so I think we just go. $60 incoming next turn. This is dangerous. Okay. God, I really wanted to keep redoing this hand. I mean, we got some good block near the end there. Next turn's round 4. 70. Oh. In order to do anything, I have to use most of my cards as this character. Makes it real hard to keep up with this. God. As much as I want to, I can't. 2, then redo. I mean, 3 casts left. I don't think I get to live. Yep. I should have focused more on purging earlier there. Would have helped us out immensely. Yeah, I'm trying to learn my lessons, you know? Trying to go through and see if I can identify immediately what I really wanted to do instead, what would have worked better for us. We can see that we had like a string of perfects near the end here, but then down here, no, not at all, even slightly. All the way right up until the end. We even took the easier path going out because of the need of that. It feels like we were lacking defensively, but I tried to put defense in the deck. I guess there were more defense that I didn't take. Could have taken another... could have taken a Tower Shield upgraded from the Merchant Pyre. 30 block on a single turn. That said, like, against that fight, the giant block is not what saves you. What saves you is killing the enemies before they ramp up the burning, or having the ability to mitigate their burning down whilst you're fighting them. However, in order for me to fight those enemies, I have to use so many of my cards in hand that I don't really have the ability to counter the burning. So... And the longer that I spend just not doing anything as this character, especially as a Future Striking version of this character, with Future Strikes triggering on turns 2, 3, and 4, like, the longer I'm just letting the enemies ramp without me having the ability to do anything to them. So what? Maybe it's, like, suffer through the first kind of cycle, build as much overcharge as I can in the first cycle, then execute in the second cycle. I think that's what I had to do there. Maybe that's what I should be thinking about anytime I go to the Pyre fight is, can I kill them in the second cycle instead of the first? I also have the ability to actually target the Pyre themselves there as well. I didn't individually go for the Pyre because I was pretty hopeful, I guess, that I was going to be able to repeat the performance against the Firebugs here. Killed him in 3 rounds. And then these Firebugs on the 4th round killed me. So I was really hoping I was just going to go aggressive against them, but did not turn out that way for the moment. My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Vault of the Void. There is a playlist in the description down below for more successful episodes. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next time.